Remember this day, man, for it will be yours for all time.
From the iron discipline of the Spartans to the unyielding bravery of the Zulu, we have journeyed through history's most fierce warrior groups. But now, we enter the final chapter where the fight reaches its fiercest. In this final episode, we face the swift and deadly Comanche, masters of the Great Plains, the unstoppable Mongol Horde, whose empire stretched across continents, and the noble yet lethal samurai, warriors of honor and discipline. Three forces, each unmatched in their mastery of warfare, each shaping the fate of nations. This is where the legend culminates. The finale of the most feared warrior groups in history begins now. Who among them will stand as the greatest? The Comanche. The introduction of horses to North America by Spanish conquistadors in the late 1400s dramatically transformed the lives of indigenous people on the Great Plains. Among them, the Comanche stood out as master horsemen and fierce fighters, earning the title the Lord of the Plains. Originally part of the Shoshone tribe, the Comanche split off in the late 1600s, moving south and displacing other tribes along the way, including the Apache. Known for their warlike nature, they were never a unified group but rather consisted of various nomadic bands that rallied heavily on horses to follow buffalo herds across the vast territories of Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Colorado, and Kansas. At their peak, they controlled around 24,000 square miles of territory. Comanche warfare was centered on horseback combat, where their riding proficiency far exceeded that of other tribes. They utilized weapons like lances, bows, and later firearms, often engaging in brutal raids to expand their influence. Their swift and brutal tactics made them a formidable force, hindering Spanish and French expansion and resisting Mexican, Texan, and the US incursions. Despite their strength and adaptability, the Comanche were ultimately subdued after a series of bloody wars with the US in the mid-19th century, leading to their forced relocations to reservations. Although their nomadic way of life ended, today around 10,000 Comanche remains primarily in Oklahoma, Texas, Mexico, and California. The Mongol Horde. Genghis Khan united Mongol tribes in the early 13th century, forging the world's largest contiguous empire. Mongol warriors were expert archers, horsemen, and tacticians. Their armor consisted of leather, metal, and silk, with a focus on mobility and flexibility. Mongol warriors wielded composite bows, arrows, and scimitars. The Mongols' military strategy emphasized speed, surprise, and adaptability. They employed tactics like feigned retreat, encirclement, and espionage to outmaneuver their opponents. Mongol society valued martial prowess, loyalty, and discipline. Warriors were rewarded with spoils, titles, and lands. The Mongol conquest stretched from China to Eastern Europe, leaving a lasting legacy in politics, culture, and trade.
We will face death and defend our home.
Tradition, courage, honor, they are what make us. We are the warriors of Tsushima. We are samurai!
Samurai warriors. The samurai were a warrior class in feudal Japan who served the daimyo or feudal lords with unwavering loyalty, discipline, and honor. Trained in martial arts from a young age, samurai were not only skilled in combat but were also expected to be well educated and cultured, adhering to a strict code of ethics known as Bushido. This code emphasized virtues such as courage, loyalty, and honor, recognized by the distinctive armor and weapons, including the iconic katana. The samurai were more than just warriors. They were also poets, scholars, and administrators who played significant roles in managing their lord's land and supporting the arts. Their contributions to literature, painting, and traditional practices like tea ceremonies were integral to the cultural fabric of feudal Japan. One of the defining moments in samurai history was the Battle of Sekigahara in 1600s, which marked the end of Sengoku period and the rise of the Tokugawa shogunate. This decisive battle fought between Tokugawa Ieyasu and Ishida Mitsunari was pivotal in shaping Japan's future, leading to the long period of peace and stability under Tokugawa rule. However, with the advent of Western influence in the late 19th century, the samurai class was abolished and their power was transferred to the emperor. Despite their delusion, the legacy of the samurai endures, symbolizing courage, discipline, and honor. The story of the samurai remains a powerful influence in Japanese history and culture, with their legacy continuing to inspire and be admired to this day. From the swift Comanche riders to the unstoppable Mongol hordes and the disciplined samurai, we have witnessed the might of history's most feared warriors. Their stories are legends, their legacies eternal, but the question remains, which warrior group will remain supreme in the annals of history?